remember a Phil Donahue episode was they were talking about the crimes of Dr. Mengele. And one of the experiments he did was on a woman who was breastfeeding her infant. He wanted to see how long it would take an infant to starve to death. He had her nipples taped up. She would do her best to try to untape them, but she would be caught out. She would do her best to try to sneak some nourishment to the baby, but she would be caught out. The baby began to die of starvation, very slowly, very painfully, very agonizingly. Eventually, she couldn't stand to hear the screams anymore. She killed her baby instead of allowing Dr. Mengele to find out how long it would take an infant to starve to death. Now, why am I mentioning this? Opponents of Planned Parenthood, they go after Margaret Sanger, the founder of the American Birth Control League that later became Planned Parenthood, over Margaret Sanger's objections. And they always give this quote. Margaret Sanger said that the most merciful thing a family can do to one of its infant members is to kill it, making her sound like a monster. She was talking about families that had babies and they didn't have the resources to feed the infant member. And they would sometimes, there were cases where they would kill the babies instead of watching them starve to death. She was lamenting the fact that they'd been unable to prevent a pregnancy when they didn't have the money or resources to be able to feed the baby. So they killed the baby out of mercy instead of having the baby starve to death. Does that make Margaret Sanger a monster? Was the woman who killed her baby, instead of allowing Dr. Mengele to do his experiment, and watching a baby die slowly of starvation, a monster? Okay. I don't think so. Nor do I believe that Margaret Sanger was a monster for wanting to be able to help people to plan their families and to be able to have families that were manageable so that they would have enough resources so that they would never, ever be faced with the choice of having to kill one of their infant members because they couldn't feed it.